Hello, hi, good morning. Welcome to another day on the planet. It's beautiful and cold and sunny and bright where I am today. I hope that where you are, it is a lovely day and that you are able to be as productive as you need to be and that you get the rest and food and love and resources and everything that you need today and that today is a good day for you. This is a little bit of a mixed bag of a video. There is some death doula advice in here for the holidays. There's also just a couple of updates about where you can find me in the future, assuming that the TikTok ban happens this time. I know we've had like 4 or 5 false starts, but it seems like this one might actually take. So we'll start with the death doula advice for the holidays and then move into the other stuff. So the first piece of advice I have for the holidays as a death doula and someone who works in the grieving and end of life space is that you can skip this holiday. And it can be whatever you need it to be. If you usually do a 10-person feast and this year you just don't have it in you, you're going to order from the IHOP. Great, do that. Absolutely. Phenomenal. Sounds fun. And I hope that you have a great time and enjoy that. If you are going to completely cancel the holiday altogether and spend the days of the holiday just watching your favorite TV show and eating bonbons, phenomenal. Sounds great. I really enjoy Ferrero Rocher bonbons personally, but I also did recently at my local grocery store, there was like a Ghirardelli like mixed dark bag of all the dark chocolate truffles they have. That's really great. Recommend. It's a great bonbon option. Whatever you're doing for the holiday, especially if you're grieving, especially if you are anticipating the death of a loved one, if you're caretaking for the dying, if you're a dying person yourself, whatever you need out of this holiday, that's what I want you to do. And I hope that you're able to do it and it gives you everything you need. Be that you're going to have a 30-person Christmas party all the way to you're going to be alone on Christmas. You don't want to talk to anybody. I validate it. As long as it's what you want to do and it's healthy for you, absolutely. Have a great time, and I hope it's everything you need it to be. Have a holiday. I also this is something that I found very useful recently at Thanksgiving. If people start to bring up topics of conversation that you don't want to have over the holiday, let's say, for example, that you have a family with very different political beliefs than yourself and you just are not really interested, but you also can't not go because of various things. Family dynamics are what they are. I recommend that you pivot conversations towards medical history and stories from childhood. 2 reasons for this. Medical history, you'd be surprised how much of your own family medical history is wrong. You would just be shocked to learn how much of your own medical history that you think you know is incorrect. Ask while you're here. It's a great way to also just change a conversation. Maybe they're starting to talk a little bit about like, well, the Obamacare is going to go away. Speaking of healthcare, how old were you when you had the appendectomy? How old were you when your appendix went out? Pivot. Oh yeah, speaking of healthcare, how old was great grandma whenever she died of, what was it? Was it stomach cancer? Was it a pneumonia? What did she die of? Pivot. People like to talk about these kinds of things, and family knowledge is very important and very valuable, even if you really don't want to spend time with your family. Knowing about them, knowing about where you come from, it's very important. And then the second thing, childhood stories. It can be great for legacy work and to hear more about your loved ones and things like that, especially if you are trying to honor people who have gone, who have died and are no longer with us. It can be a nice way to kind of bring them into the room and also distract from other topics of conversation. So recommend that as well. Tell me about Christmas when you were a kid. What were holidays like whenever great grandma was still alive? These are great little open-ended conversation starters that can take a long time to tell the story. So maybe they get distracted about the other gross thing they were going to say. They forget it, and you'll learn something about your family history. Okay, that was it. I validate your grieving and the holidays are hard, and whatever you need to do to get through it, that sounds great. I hope it works for you, and I hope you have a restful, peaceful, whatever you need it to be season at the end of the year. Updates. Because it looks like the Tickety Talk is going to get blockety blocked, you can find me on Blue Sky. My handle over there is the Noble Steed. I do not use Death Doula Rachel on other social medias because I have another handle. The handle I usually use was taken already on the Tickety Talk, so I had to choose something else. On the Blue Skies, I do post about death content for the most part. I also post about sumo because I like to watch sumo wrestling and art and literature and Shakespeare. So find me there on the Blue Skies, the Noble Steed. I will also add it as a link here in the Tickety Talk in my bio so that you can find me more easily, assuming that the Tickety Talk is going to get blockety blocked. I do have all the videos that I've ever posted on TikTok downloaded so that I can upload them to a YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube. I haven't posted on it yet, and I need to. So one of my big plans for the time off coming up at the end of the year is to migrate everything off of here because I do think that this ban is going to stick. And even if it doesn't stick, TikTok is not the best place to have death conversations. The algorithm hates that word. The algorithm, and it's fine to just like talk to the like 200 of you that are here. Hi, by the way, I appreciate you following me and being here. But it's not great in that not being able to use the word death and dying is actually one of the huge problems in Western society with regarding our own death phobia and our reluctance to plan for and face our own mortality. And I don't like perpetuating that on the Tickety Talk by being unable to use the words death and dying without getting my videos shadow banned. So I don't seem to have that issue on the Blue Skies. I don't have a massive following over there anyway, but I don't seem to have that issue over there. So I recommend following. Also, I know that YouTube doesn't really have that issue because I follow other death doulas and death content creators on YouTube, and they're fine as well. So look for me there. Again, I'll post a link. And then also I know I don't have any type of regular posting schedule, but I'm usually on at least once a week. I'm not going to be posting from December 19th until January 3rd of 2025. I will be out of town. I will be hanging out with my family and my friends and bopping around to various places, and I'm just not going to have the time. So I'm going to be enjoying life instead of talking about death for a bit. And I hope you do too. And I hope you have a holiday, whatever that looks like for you. I hope that you have one. I hope that it's restful. I hope that you come back from the break recharged and renewed. And I love you and have a good day.